I'm ready to start the new What? What's happened?
Can't really talk.
Oh, this is going to make the show really good. Give the titles.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
What is this? What is this? Why have those Omega been left aside?
Can Omega sort anything out without my thermostat, please?
There's Omega. Look, Omega's will is all powerful.
Might have helped a little bit.
Oh, Omega is glove puppet.
Hello.
Hello. I just thought Omega hadn't been in the show for quite a while. I do love him. He's very fluffy and lovely and adorable. Puffy Drobner's down here as well. Hello. So you're cold, are you?
Yeah. There's been a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
One of the laboratories, 25 levels down, there was a bit of an accident, and they've
Has the ice cano gone off?
They've what? Sorry.
Has the ice cano gone off?
Well, I don't actually know, because there's at least 30 foot of snow and ice we have to chip through in order to find out what the problem is. Unfortunately, the heating controls are down there and they seem to have switched themselves off. So here we are, 50 miles off the coast of Africa, not far from the equator, and I'm absolutely freezing.
You know, you've given away your location of your secret base, don't you?
It's fine, it can't be seen from satellite anyway.
Just one point, okay? Because out here, it's a really warm evening.
Nice, thanks for that.
Yeah. So I'd like to, we'll take our time recording this.
Really?
Because, I mean, it's not like you're going to overheat or anything.
No.
No. And you can call me a bitch later.
Yeah, I will.
I'm sure you will. Anyway, what are we talking about tonight? Computer games.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do they generate heat?
Well, if you stick your head out the back of a computer,
Uh-huh.
you get the warmth from, the motor.
Okay.
That's warmth from a computer. That's the international sign language of it.
Right.
Okay, you're rocking backwards and forwards again. Is your brain hurting?
Well, it's more a question of stopping it freezing.
Oh, I really needed to slap you there to get you to work properly. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Yeah, do that more often.
Can I stop yet?
You know, folks, as evil dictators go, it's really quite simple to tell him to do the stupidest of things, and he does that. It's
Get on with it.
fun, really, isn't it? Sorry, is it a bit cold for you, is it? All right, okay. Right, so anyway, yes, computer games now. Viewers with long legs might remember that on the website we uploaded a video called How Not to Play World of Tanks. Now we're going to put this on the main feed, the Flashing Blade feed, so you've got that there to see. Now, World of Tanks, as I've said before, it's an online game, it's free of charge, you go around in tanks shooting the hell out of things and having fun. It's not that realistic, let's be honest with you. But it's great, it's good fun, it really is. Now, there's another game called War Thunder. War Thunder was mainly concerned with aircraft and beautiful graphics, and also you could switch it from arcade mode, where you got all the help you needed to fly the plane and everything, to a simulator, where you really had to know how to fly a plane, And obviously you're flying Spitfires and F-15s and Super Fortresses and all sorts of things like that. And lovely game, but I'm not very good at flying. However, they just released into open beta, the time this goes out, it's probably going to be about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. They're ground forces,
Right.
which is tanks.
Okay.
Tanks and anti-aircraft and all sorts of other stuff. In case you're wondering why I've suddenly lit up suddenly, Sinister's Skype feed is on my telly, and for some reason his brightness keeps lowering and falling. It's quite scary, really. I don't know why. I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Is it getting cold there?
It's the environmental control.
I'm just wondering whether there's a computer virus and maybe it's affecting your environment around you.
No.
Oh well, here's
You have
hoping.
to suffer on your own, to be honest with you. I'm nice like that. So, War Thunder, the tanks version. It's different to World of Tanks.
Well, it's spelled differently.
Well, for a start, the graphics are better. There's no two ways about it, and there's a different gameplay approach to it. It's still, you can play arcade, but you can play realistic, you can play simulator as well, where you don't get any of the help finding your range for tanks and this, that, and the other. Is it better than World of Tanks? That, I'm afraid, is a purely subjective thing, because they are different to each other. I can't tell you if it's better or not. You've got to play both and make your own decisions.
How big are the maps?
It's quite big. But the thing about War of Thunder is, you can also fly planes, as well as tanks, at the same time.
Wow.
Well, basically, by that I mean you can have battles where some players are driving tanks, other players are in planes.
Yeah.
So you can strafe players. If you're in your plane, you can strafe and bomb players in tanks.
Is there a mode where I can sit in a chateau at the top of the hill drinking fine wine, listening
Playing
to...
Wagner?
Yes. Being measured for a new uniform.
No, unfortunately not. I believe that's a completely different game entirely.
That's the game called Occupation.
War game European Expedition.
Each turn lasts for 4 years.
God. So, like I say, and if you're on the ground forces and you're driving an anti-aircraft gun, you can shoot the hell out of people in planes. So it meshes. Again, different to World of Tanks, whose Worlds of Warplanes isn't that good. And the two games don't intertwine.
No.
Except your account does, that's it. So, yeah, basically, a very good game. It was a lot of fun. It's more difficult, I think. But again, I can't say that it's better than World of Tanks because I really enjoy playing World of Tanks. It's different. One other game, and this one, anybody with an Android device can play. Okay. Well, I believe they're working on an iOS release for it. It's called Ingress, INGRESS. And it's basically a proof of concept game from Google. Something happened, I think it was a terrorist attack at the CERN place, the WYSI thing, Large Hadron Collider.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and now
state that, for the record, it was not me.
Good, that's nice. We'll make a record of you saying that and play it at 40. Sorry. So, as a result, there are portals now. There's resistance to them, who think it's something terrible, an alien invasion, and then there are the enlightened, who think, actually, no, this is how we're going to get lots and lots of learning and science and this, that, and the other to benefit mankind. And so you go around, the enlightened are green, and the resistance are blue. Currently, the resistance are winning, so myself and El Presidente from Staggering Stories, and Scott from Staggering Stories, and various other people are playing green. So you got these portals, and you have to hack them. And basically it means you walk around where you live, around your town, and you'll see a map on your mobile device. and you'll see the portals there. If they're portals of your own side, you can hack them and get extra goodies for yourself to help. If they're portals of the opposing member's side, you can hack them again and you'll get a little bit of XP for doing so as well. And you can attack them to try and take them down. Now, each portal has a maximum of 8 resonators to keep it going. You have to take those resonators out. The portal will then go grey. Then you have to put your own resonators down to claim the portal. Claim 2 portals, you can link them up, as long as you've got portal keys for them. Claim 3 or more, you can start to create a field of them. So the whole area goes the colour of your thing. It's good fun. There's a lot of walking involved, which is great. It's a good exercise. And you get to walk around with a device in your hand going bleep.
Nice, nice.
Ah, so cool. I was doing I'm dressed as Pertwee at Collectomania 21, and basically walking around bleep, 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 turning to Scott going, 5 before form, 5! Bleep, bleep, bleep. Ah, dear. Currently, whilst we're in Milton Keynes, there's a big attack at Broadfield where I live. Brad and I've got a load of stuff, and we've been wiped out up there. So we need to pull resources and go on the offensive. So Ingress, INGRESS, available on Google Play. Hopefully Sinister will bring up a screenshot at some stage of the world map. Maybe put in a couple of... oh, okay, yes. Now hopefully he'll also put in a couple of locations, so you can see, for example, well, we'll say Crawley, to show you what the map of Crawley. There's a lot of blue, awful lot of blue there.
I'm going blue.
Yes, I know, actually. You're going sort of a red colour. And also, Adam chose green simply because, as we're losing, there's more for us to do. People in blue, they're just bored out of their heads. Also, we'll have a map of Basingstoke. I don't know what that looks like, but Sinister can basically see where.
It's a blasted wasteland.
But come and join us on there. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's different. You walk around and the device going bleep, bleep, bleep. If you navigate to a portal, it's cool. I was at the Broadfield shops at midnight on Wednesday. Wednesday, midnight. Deserted with my handheld phone going bleep, bleep, echoing around. I thought I was going to get mugged or something. Good fun. Ingress. So War Thunder is free. Again, I like World of Tanks, similar sort of scheme. You pay for, well, they call them flags, I think, or eagles, and especially premium currency that you buy premium accounts with or premium vehicles. World of Tanks is gold. But again, I'll pop up the World of Tanks video I made onto the Flash and Blade feed, and hopefully, I promise it to you because I'm having trouble doing this, I'll fraps some in-game footage from War Thunder for you that Sinister will put somewhere whilst I've been babbling about it. Okay, that's it. Are we going now?
I don't know. I think my brain stopped working some time ago.
Oh, you can unpack another one.
This is true.
Just put it in a microwave, put it on defrost. Yeah. Alright, say goodbye.
Bye.
Toodles!
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
The Doctor's companion Millicent did not fare well in Series 342, which aired in the year 2338, being variously hypnotised, seduced, bamboozled, imprisoned and incapacitated during many of the episodes of that year. But the most astonishing turn of events occurred in the third episode of the season, Silver Lining, in which the TARDIS crew materialised on the planet Essacon Minor in the 541st century, ostensibly to return a lawnmower that the Doctor had borrowed from his best friend the Master 300 years previously. Blundering into danger as usual, Millicent and the Doctor were separated within 30 seconds of the episode's teaser opening before it crashed into a brand new title sequence. As an aside, the new sequence was a particularly psychedelic one that year, in full 5D ultra surround with swirling pink flowers and subliminal advertising for a brand of soft drink that inquiries would later reveal would liquidise one's kidneys after prolonged use, and resulting in the inevitable lawsuit for the beleaguered BBC. As the episode progressed, with the Doctor's determination to return the lawnmower overriding any other sensible concern for the fate of his companion, it transpired that Millicent had unfortunately been partially converted into a Cyberman, and much hilarity ensued. Fortunately for our heroes, the cyber conversion process was halted after Millicent suffered an allergic reaction to the gold pendant hanging around her neck, and she was able to retain much of her humanity. In an unusual move, Millicent remained as a Cyberman for the next 3 episodes until the Doctor was able to find a cure. Said cure did eventually arrive, provided by the Master, who had realised that he was only going to get his lawnmower back if he did a favour for the Doctor in return. Those few people left watching the show had much praise for the performance of Millicent in her 4 episodes as a Cyberman, which was ironic since most of the scenes saw her stood in one corner of the TARDIS and portrayed by a plastic mannequin with butchered and cybernised lines from earlier episodes piped into the studio to make it appear as if she was talking. The reason for this deception lay in the fact that the actress playing Millicent, Lucy Summers, had actually left the show in a fit of pique and had instead got a job working on breakfast television as a weather girl, where she would not so much predict the weather as arrange for it to occur based on audience preference, with orbital weather control having finally been perfected in the year 2152. Producer Cambridge Smythe was therefore left in something of a quandary, but soon realised that the problem was not as bad as all that, since most of Millicent's lines consisted of dumb questions asked of the Doctor and screaming a lot. For the scenes where Millicent had to move, random passers-by would be conscripted to wear her clothes and the cyberhead. This did lead to some continuity errors when viewers observed scenes in which Millicent would change height dramatically, and at least 2 episodes she was observed to have put on 12 stone, had hairy arms, and even a tattoo on one arm which read Mother. Fortunately for the show, Summers was fired from her weather girl position after 3 weeks, after accidentally ordering the total destruction of East Anglia by the weather control satellites, instead of a light shower as the locals had requested.